Today, I'm going to talk about some Premiere Pro features that will make your life a little bit easier. Let's do it. Before I get started, I'd like to remind you to give this video a thumbs up if you feel like it deserves one. And if you're new here and you like what you see, hit that subscribe button as well. If you don't like what you see, alright, it's cool. No hard feelings, no pressure. And with that, let's just jump onto the computer. Here we are in Premiere Pro. I have this project from a while ago open right now. It has to do with mics and the type of mics I use on my Canon M50. If you want to check it out, you can go ahead and click that over here. But that's not what this is about right now. Right now, I'm going to show you some tools in Premiere Pro that make your life a little bit easier when it comes to editing, starting with the adjustment layer tool. So you'll see I already have adjustment layers added to this video. I primarily use adjustment layers for color grading, but this is how you add an adjustment layer if you don't have adjustment layers already on your clips. So you can scroll down here to this icon, which is the new item icon. When you click it, you'll see adjustment layer. Click that and it automatically populates the dimensions of your video. So you can just press OK, and then boom, it's right there, and you can click and drag it onto your timeline. And usually I use adjustment layers for color grading, like I said, and the reason why it makes your life way easier is because whatever edits you apply to an adjustment layer, it will apply to whatever clips are below it. And for me personally, that was a game changer because I used to individually color grade every single clip, and I couldn't for the life of me figure out how everyone else was making such consistent color grading edits. And meanwhile, I was struggling to individually color grade stuff and try to make them look as similar as possible. But yeah, adjustment layers is the key to getting good color grading, and if you don't use them already, you definitely should. Let me just show you right here. When I delete this adjustment layer, you can see the color grading change, and let's see, it is on this clip but not on this clip, and then wha-bam. So that's adjustment layers. Now I'm gonna move on to my next tool for you guys. The next tool that I'm gonna talk about is this one right here, which is the track select backward tool. But first I'm gonna show you the track select forward tool. So a hotkey for this is A, and you'll see when I tapped A, well, you couldn't see me tap A, but I swear I did it. There are two arrows as my icon now. And when you see this means that you're using the forward track select tool. And when you click, it will select all the clips that are to the right of those arrows. And something kind of cool, if you have this tool open and you hold down shift, you'll notice now there is one arrow, and this allows you to select everything on one track. So say you don't want to mess with this, you only want to mess with the video track 3, then you can hold down shift and select just that. But if you wanted everything, you don't hold down shift and it selects everything. So this is the forward version, and the backward version is the hotkey Shift A, and you'll notice the arrows are now pointing the opposite direction, and the same rules apply. You'll have two arrows, or one if you hold down Shift, and it helps you select multiple things at one time. Before I realized that this tool was a thing, I used to actually select by clicking and dragging stuff, which isn't that bad until you have a very long video and you have to zoom all the way out in order to see the end and the point at which you want to select the tracks up to. And then you have these sliver of clips that you need to figure out where they start and where they end. And it was a struggle before I knew that this tool was a thing, because I remember trying to select stuff and then realizing, oh crap, I needed to select this one too, and then having to zoom out and reselect. And yeah, so that pretty much just got rid of all that hassle, and that is the track select tool. Now I'm going to move on to the next tool, which If you see this ripple edit tool right here, I'm gonna hold down Option and click it. By the way, I'm on a Mac, so I'm using Option and Command on my keyboard. I don't know what the Windows version of that is, but if I hold down Option on Mac and click a tool, it'll shift over to whatever tools are also associated with that tool. And when I click Option on the ripple one, it leads me to the rate stretch tool, which is this one with two arrows that are kind of squiggly. And this tool, what it does is it allows you to adjust the speed and duration of a clip without having to right click it and then adjust the speed and duration manually. And the reason why this makes editing so much easier is because it kind of takes the guessing out of how long a clip needs to be in order for it to fill the space you're trying to get it to fill. So let's say I have this clip right here and I wanted to fill this space entirely. I would just use the rate stretch tool and click and drag and extend it, and then it is now slowed down to fit that entire space. And now let's say I don't want it to be that slow, I want it to be faster, but I want the entire clip in it, then I would just click it and make it smaller, and then suddenly the video is now faster. This tool, also another game changer, makes the process way easier to determine how much to speed up or slow down a clip. Now that brings me to the last feature that I'm going to go over today, which has to do with video imports and actually laying out things onto your timeline. So I'm going to select the video from this panel right here, just click that, and I'm going to set an in point and an out point just randomly, just for the sake of demonstrating. And you see these icons right here. A cool feature that Premiere Pro has is you can select just the video and drag it onto the sequence without having to grab the audio, or you can select just the audio and not have to take the video. And what is cool about this feature is when you're putting B-roll into your timeline, you don't have to select the entire clip and then drag it on and then delete, or rather unlink and then delete the audio from it, which is what I used to do. Instead, you could just straight up grab the video right from the get-go and not have to worry about the audio whatsoever. And that is all for this video. I hope that you learned something from it. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And until next time, goodbye.